Hello, dear students. Today's class is about means of transportation. Our objectives for this lesson class are: students identify means of transportation. I really want you to identify what are the means of transportation that you can use here in your city. It is so important you get a good spell of the words, just because if you want to talk in a good way, you have to know how to spell them and write them as well. In order to write, we are going to identify some structures that are going to be useful to describe those means of transportation. And it's so important you can read and recognize easily the means of transportation in a text. Then, our main objective for this lesson is: we are going to recognize the means of transportation. We are going to see some videos. We are going to try to do a short reading. And then you are going to try to practice some structures in order to get ready for write your own paragraph. Okay? Now, kids, we are going to start with our first part of the class by classifying our means of transportation depending on the way they can be used, okay? Just because you have three ways to use it. You have the land, you have the sea, and you have the air, okay? Now let's make a classification: land, sea, and air. Okay, now you are going to start giving me some examples about some means of transportation that can be used on land. A motorbike, excellent, a motorbike. Now I'm going to write motorbike. And scooter, very good, a scooter. Okay, a boat. Where can you use a boat? On sea, oh, very good, on water. Now you say boat. Very good. An airplane is going to be used on air. An airplane, okay? Now there are more means of transportation according to each category. For example, you have a balloon, you have a ship, if you wanna travel on air, yes? Talking about the sea, you can have a boat, as you say. You can have an ocean ship like Titanic, and you can have a canoe, and there are a lot of more. You can use as well a submarine, yes. And according to the means of transportation you use on land, you have a car, you have a bus, you have a scooter, you have a motorbike, you can use a bike, okay, just for reducing a little bit the pollution. Now, kids, let's continue with our next step. As you know, all of the vocabulary to be used in this lesson, the idea is to start making a reading. I'm going to write something like a model, just because I want to introduce you in a writing test. So easy, just because of your age, yes, but I really know that you can do it, yes? Now, listen to me. I'm going to start reading. I'm going to talk about a long and luxury and expensive means of transportation, that is a limousine, okay? Have you traveled in a limousine? Have you ever? Never? Okay, yes, because I think that you can do it someday, okay? Now please, listen to me. This car doesn't go on the roads very often. It is very difficult to drive. You need two drivers, one at the front and one at the back. They use this car in films or for special parties. Would you like to go far and drive in it? Okay, this is the test. Okay, as you notice, we are talking about the limousine. Now, I want to write this model on the blackboard in order to you choose your own mean of transportation and make a short description. But first you are going to give me a list, you are going to show me a list about the objects that are into the mean of transportation you choose. You are going to tell me about how expensive or how cheap is it. You are going to tell me about the color. You are going to tell me about the characteristics of this mean of transportation. Okay, now look, I'm going to read the model and then I'm going to write it in the blackboard. You are going to follow the structure and we are going to start writing a text. Okay, now it says, this is my bus. Okay, if you, for example, choose another mean of transportation, you can say, this is my scooter, this is my motorbike, this is my bike, or those are my skates. Okay, it could be. Now it says, this is my bus. It is blue and red. In here you are describing the color. So good. It is very big. Okay, you can say if your mean of transportation is big or is small. Very good. It has got a very neat. Okay, now as we are talking about a bus, they said that it's a big bus. Okay, for traveling around the world, and in it you can find a bed. Yes, but I don't know if a common bus has a bed in it. It is because of you or your creativity. I would like to go to China in it with my dad. Okay, now you are going to say if you want to travel on it and you want to go to another city or something like that, and you are going to try to tell me who do you want to go with. Okay, now kids, please, I'm going to write this short test on the blackboard. You are going to start choosing your mean of transportation and let's start. Okay, please be sure you can do it. Bye.